little snapshot of life on board MECSF with Isabelle Josch, around about 1,000 miles to Cape Horn this evening for her. A lot closer for the leaders, for Yannick Besthaven and Charlie Dallin. Besthaven about 400 miles, and we'd expect him then roughly to be going round Cape Horn this time tomorrow night, give or take. He's got enough distance now to slow down and try and miss this big epic storm that's arriving. We're expecting 45, 50 knots at the Cape Horn and waves around about 8 metres. So we may indeed see the two leaders slowing down. Meantime, Charlie Dallin did have time to just celebrate New Year, arriving on board Pivia very briefly and with a screw-top champagne bottle.
Bon, ça y est, on est en 2021. Joyeuses années à tous. Voilà, de la part de Charlie sur Apivia. Allez, pour fêter ça, champagne. Avec modération, bien sûr. Ah bah, c'est un bouchon qui se dévisse. Bon, voilà, c'est la plus petite bouteille de champagne que j'ai trouvée. Et du coup, bah, joyeuses années à tous. Un coup pour moi, le skipper. C'est bien, c'est qu'il est frais du coup. Un coup pour le bateau, pour Apivia. Allez là. Hop. Un coup pour Apivia. Et un coup pour Neptune. Voilà, là ça va directement dans l'eau. Hop. Allez, une double ration, triple ration pour Neptune. Pour qu'il soit clément pour la suite. Allez, je vous embrasse. Bon, je vous présente mon repas de réveillon. Un poulet tikka masala. Et bah il sent plutôt bon. Ils sont carrément bons même. J'ai hâte de le goûter. Voilà, il est en train de réchauffer tranquillement.
Well, champagne and chicken tikka masala to celebrate New Year on board Apivia, and hopefully that little offering to Neptune working out for Charlie Dallin and indeed for Yannick Besthaven as they get to Cape Horn tomorrow. Let's look at the standings then at 6 o'clock this evening. Well, Yannick Besthaven leading by 139 miles ahead of Charlie Dallin. Dallin is well clear now of Thomas Riong. Riong's 472 miles behind the leader, and all three going fairly quickly. 21.8 knots on the speed gun up to 6 o'clock this evening for Besthaven, 15.9 for Charlie Dallin, 19.2 for Thomas Riong. And fourth, we've got Damien Sagan going well. He's doing 20 knots in fourth place. Benjamin Dutroux not far behind him in doing 16 knots in fifth. Boris Herrmann is in sixth, and he's only just ahead of Isabelle Josch. Isabelle Josch doing 16 knots, John Le Cam 17 in eighth, Maxime Sorel in ninth, and Giancarlo Pedotti is back in 10th, having repassed Louis Burton, we see. Further down the table, well, let's look at Pip here, up to 15th, having passed Alan Rura earlier on today. That's our best position so far in the race. Alan Rura still having his keel problems, so he seems to have sorted them out. He's doing 13 knots this evening. Looking down the table, Didac Costa in 20th, doing 15 knots. Kojiro Shiraishi catching him progressively on DMG Morai 1, or Global 1, our Japanese skipper. Further down the table, Miranda Merrin, nice and steady, 14 knots in moderate conditions on board Compagnie de France. Ari Hosela 26th, and Sebastian Destremo still having his problems. We spoke with Sebastian earlier in the day. He's got no tiller and drifting gently, trying to find a solution, and he is making 2.7 knots at the moment on board Mercy. Meantime, Pip here has ever had time to celebrate New Year in typical Pip here fashion. Indeed, tomorrow our special guest will be Paul Larson from Pip's team, the world sailing speed record holder. Any questions for Paul, or indeed anyone else in the Vendée Globe team, do post them on social media, on our Twitter, Facebook or Instagram. And meantime, here is Pip celebrating New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone! I've been on my own now for 53 days, so I'm getting pretty good at parties for one. But I'm not really on my own because I've got so many people following me and supporting me. It's incredible. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, goodbye 2020, hello 2021.